In this video, we're going to have a look at how we create a mail merge when we don't have an existing data source created. Okay, so bear with me until I share my screen. Okay, so I have a letter here created, okay, that I'm going to use as part of my mail merge. Okay, so to start the mail merge, we go to mailings. We go to the start mail merge icon, use the down arrow, and we're going to use the step-by-step mail merge wizard. Okay. So, as you've seen previously, okay, it splits the screen and we get the mail merge wizard section down the right-hand side. Okay, so we'll hold on a second. This has jumped in at step 3. Okay, so here we have select the document type. We're going to do a letter. Okay, so down to the bottom right-hand side, step 1 of 6, we're going to click on next, starting the document. Okay, so we're using the current document. Okay, or you could start from an existing document. I prefer to have my letter already created, okay, and then I use that as a current document. It's personal choice. Okay, next, select recipients. Okay, so we're going to say here in the select recipients option that we're going to type a new list, okay, and we're going to click on create. Okay, so it takes up default fields, okay, that already exist. So we're going to customize the columns because we don't want all of them. Okay, so what I do want is title, first name, last name. I don't want company name, so I'm going to delete that. Okay, we want address line 1, we don't want address line 2. Just delete that. We want city, we don't want state. We want zip code, which we're going to change to postcode, and we don't want the phone numbers. So let's just delete each of these by selecting and then just pressing delete. Okay, zip code we want to rename, we're just going to call it postcode. And click on OK, and click on OK. If the fields aren't in the right order, you can move them up, move them down, okay, accordingly. All right, so just going to click on OK there. Okay, so now we need to populate this with some of our customers. Okay, so let's just pop in some names and addresses. Bear with me while I just populate this with a few. Whoops. Okay, then I just click on new entry and pop it in another name. Okay, 10 Union Street, capital S. I thought I'd put in a small s there. New entry again. We'll just pop in one more. Okay, so just popped in 3. Okay, I'm going to click on OK. And I'm going to save it as merge data. Okay, so it's defaulting into my data sources. You can pop it in whatever folder you like. So I've got a WP&P folder. Okay, so I want to put it in there so I can find it again. Okay, I'm going to put it into mail merge examples, and I'm just going to call it merge data. Okay, so it's not very meaningful, but it will do for now. You have to remember when you're creating, if you're creating lots of these in a work environment, okay, make sure that you're calling the database file meaningful to go with the actual letter. Okay, so I could actually have called this one, what's it about? It's about returned goods or something like that. Okay, so I could have put it in there as returned goods or client list or something like that if you're going to be using it over and over again. Okay, so I've just saved that now. Okay, so what we can actually do here straight away with any database file that you've created. Okay, so if we weren't saying that we're typing a new list and we were using an existing list, what you can actually do here is filter out as well. Okay, so you can filter out if you don't want to send to every location. So I could filter. Okay, and I could say the field that I want to filter by is the city, and I want it to equal to Inverness, for instance. Okay, and that will only send to those clients within the Inverness area. Okay, so we've filtered out Nairn. Okay, so you can click on there, you can say So any of the fields filtering out. Okay, so it could be certain surnames, certain locations within the Highlands or anything like that. Okay, so or people who have a certain car. Okay, so a make of car. So you might just be filtering out to anything that's contained within the actual database file. Okay, so that's filtering out. Okay, so for a selective mail merge. Okay, so I'm going to click on all right. Okay, I'm all right. I'm going to click on OK. Okay, so next we want to write the letter. Okay, in the previous video, you saw that I clicked onto more items and I just put in each of the fields separately. Okay, but you can actually click on address block. Okay, and it'll show you what it's going to look like. Okay, so we can click on OK, and it pops the address block in where my cursor was. Okay, so we need to just get rid of some spaces. Okay, it's a field, you can click on it, it goes grey. When you right click, you can toggle the field and you'll see what it's actually going to put in for you. Okay, right click again to toggle it back. Okay, so we'll also need to put in here, dear, okay, we can click on more items this time. Dear, title, just double click, and last name, and close. Okay, so we can click in between to put in our space. Okay, so next, preview our letters. Okay, but remember, if you wanted to, if you needed to, okay, to prove, for instance, that you have actually created a mail merge, you might want to print this off first. Okay, if not, we're just going to say preview your letters. And there we have. Okay, in fact, my spacing's a bit off. I'm going to go back to my template. Put an extra space there. Okay, so the good thing is you've always got the option to go back one level, okay, one step. Okay, so I just clicked on previous to change my line spacing. Okay, so preview my letters. Okay, so there we go. I can scroll through the two of them. Okay, there are only two, and I can check they're okay. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to complete the merge. Okay. So what do I want to do? Do I want to edit individual letters? Okay, so I can go back and I can actually edit an individual letter, okay, to make a change that's personal to that particular one, or I can print them, or what I can do is actually just save this for printing off later on. Okay, so save it again with a meaningful name, so completed merge or something like that, for returned goods, and give it something meaningful so that you'll be able to find it again. Okay. So as I say, I can print, I can go back and edit individual letters, or I can save this for printing at a later date. Okay, I'm not going to save mine, obviously, but I'm just going to come out of it and stop sharing, and thank you for watching.